Hello and welcome or welcome back. I just got finished with your love reading or the tarot portion of your reading, and it seems that someone is very curious about what it is that you have going on. There's some sort of new passion, new exploration, new activity that you are working on, and someone is very interested to know what is cooking in that oven. Okay, so and that'll make sense when you see that love reading. I will link it at the end as the requested video at the end of this one. Also, every zodiac sign does have its own playlist on this channel, so go ahead and find your zodiac sign and get caught up on some of those other videos. Okay, we've got lots of jumpers here. Let's see what we have for you. Okay, so these turned over, we have returning home to nature, to love, to the source, and we've got this burden basket here. So there's something that you have gone through that you may need to express. You may need to talk about to someone. Could be this lover that we were tapping into earlier, or this could be publicly, right? I've been getting kind of like podcast type vibes, okay? In the recent readings. So go ahead and check those out. Please drop a like, subscribe, all the things, click some buttons for me, okay? So right here in the center of your reading, yeah, returning to the original source. We've got that North Star here shining through. There's definitely this energy here of connecting to your ancestors, your spirit guides, which could be why you're here, right? And spirit is here to say, we're here and we are listening. We're right here in the center of your reading. Now, this position here is the past and the lessons that you have learned, okay? And you understand how to manifest. You've been there, you've done that. This is one of the most positive cards I have ever read, okay? I love this deck. It's by Jamie Sams. It's just called Medicine Path Cards, if I'm not mistaken, okay? I've had them forever. They're very well loved, okay? And this is one of my favorite cards, the cornucopia, right? Everything comes and is manifest based upon our ability to give gratitude, our ability to manifest and attract. Okay, so you have got that down. You understand that law of attraction, and you understand that your spirit team has got your back. Okay, so what you're focusing on right now is this sunrise type energy, right? The sun is coming in, it's illuminating things. It's telling you, yes, you're on the right path. Yes, your focus is clear. Yes, your priorities, your intentions, all of that is straightforward. It's streamlined here, right? It's like this eagle, the bird's eye view. You have this perspective that is above and beyond what other people might be able to understand. So when it comes to your goals and what it is that you're focusing on, you're focused. Okay, your spirit team says here, there may be some things that still need to be released, right? The shaman's journey, the shadow work journey, it never ends. There's always something to let go of, to put another layer of soil so we can plant another seed. There's always more work to be done, okay? So this could be spirit just saying, let's go another layer. Let's go another layer deeper. So we'll dive into that. We'll see what that's all about. And in your future manifestations here and where it is that you are headed, we have the medicine wheel, which is this pattern that we are doing here on the table, right? This is somewhat of a compass. It says that things are always moving. We will always continue on. Okay, this is like the wheel in tarot, the wheel of the year. Okay, it's universal knowledge across all sorts of different cultures and theologies that the wheel, the calendar, the compass, it's all encompassing. It is always moving. We will always take that next step. Okay, so you're understanding this. You're understanding that there's more to do, there's more to learn, and you are not fearful of what's to come, I feel. Yeah, we've got this freedom card at the bottom of the deck here. You understand that the confines of the 3D of this matrix, right, are, I just heard not for the weak, right? And I think that might be what we're going through here. You could be a very spiritually enlightened person. You could be somebody that is very good at prioritizing your goals, and then recent events on the news or things come up and we have to think to ourselves, oh my gosh, how do I keep this from knocking me off my square? Yeah, we've got financial health here right in the center with this field of plenty. Oh, You are about to be very, very surprised at what the universe has in store for you. They're saying we are on your side. We see that material wealth, material gains are a part of this, and we're here to reward you. But we've got some things to let go of. We've got some things to forgive, right? So this could be an essence here of having bursts of money, of material wealth, of financial gain, and then it seems to leave as soon as it has come around. Okay, so there's some sort of wound there. Yeah, could be from working for other people. Okay, but I'm saying, I'm telling you, there's a lot to be said here about where it is that you are headed. Okay, so you could be leaving the workforce to take on a passion project, and the universe wants you to know that they have your back. Yeah. And, fortune favors the brave here. You've got the courage, you've got the energy, the passion behind this. There's just something we're letting go of. And it takes a lot of courage to take on to that next step, right? But you are divinely protected here. As you move forward, as you continue the cycles of this life, as you move from the 3D into the 5D, yeah, justice will be served. Okay, this is divinely guided and orchestrated for you to get what you need so that you can continue on this legacy that you are birthing. Are we birthing a legacy today? Okay. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Lots of support here from your spirit team, your spirit guides. Lots of courage on your part to see this through. New beginnings, yeah. I feel that some of you may be quitting a corporate job in order to go your own way, okay? And this could be, I'm hearing spiritually backed. It's like your passion project is leaning towards this spiritual here. I mean, look at all this green. Okay, we've got the greenery of the earth. We saw the Empress card in the tarot portion, and we've got the moon here. And now we have this dances on one foot. Everything that you do, it seems very graceful. Okay, you have this graceful way of balancing all of the things that you need to accomplish, all the things you need to do. But I'm hearing that quote that has been circulating where it says, don't congratulate me for being strong. I don't want to be praised for being strong any longer. And that's what I'm getting here. Okay, we've seen the depths and we've seen the heartache and the heartbreak and being, I just heard left on red. Okay, so that may be for some of you, right? Because we're tapping into our love connection, our love life, and this is the energy that it seems that you have been accustomed to. Get really excited about love, be left out with the door slammed in your face. And that is the energy that's all within this idea of opening your heart up. Now, what we don't realize sometimes is that even in love, which is why I do these together, but separate, because if we have that experience in love connections, we could also transfer that over to having abandonment issues when it comes to money. Okay, there isn't enough to go around, or I might be able to make money, but it's just a little bit, or I can make large sums of money, but it goes away fast, right? So that is something that we're putting a stop to here with this Herald of Change. This is giving like a rites of passage situation here. Okay, it takes a lot of courage to see these storms of life, to see what's on the news, to see what is, um, you know, at the forefront of our 3D world and say, even though that's what's happening as the group thinks, right, as what's going viral, etc., even that be what it may, okay, I still have this courage to step into my next step, my next cycle. I'm still going to make moves here. So I'm going to take that one and set it here because we have courage twice there. Okay, Spirit is saying you do have what it takes. You will make this happen. Okay. But There's this wailing tree here, reconciliations, but I feel like this is an understanding. Like Spirit is saying, I know that you have seen grief. I know that you have seen very positive things that have been riddled in disappointment. We have watched you go through this time and time again, okay? We have seen this abandonment show up for you, and we want to see that energy cleared. We want you to understand how protected that you are. Yeah, and we don't want that disappointment to refuse to force you to refuse the calling that's on your life. We want you instead to prepare for the fruition that's coming for you. We want you to prepare this feast. We're preparing this feast for you, and we want you to get into your divine feminine and be ready to receive, because we are about to show you just how good it can get here. You are able to relax into this. You're able to relax into receiving, okay? Coming back to everything is manifested. Everything has a place. Nature does not hurry, and yet everything is accomplished. And you don't have to go about this alone, but we love that for you. That's what they're saying. They are saying, I love that you are willing to do this alone. I love that you can see that you are strong enough to do this, but we would rather not see you do this alone. Yeah, slow and steady wins the race here. They understand you've been through it. They've seen it. And some of you may think, well, they sent it to me, so of course they've seen it because they have orchestrated it. Okay, well, sometimes, but at the end of the day, we have free will, and there have been choices that have been made that could have slowed this process down for you. Or simply dwelling on grieving the past could be taking your focus away from this beautiful, healthy future. Yeah. We could have dwelled quite a bit on this idea of hitting rock bottom. Again, we've seen some things, a lot of it being disappointing, okay? Yeah, so it forces us to then look at this smaller details and really think very, very hard about where it is that we're going and what it is that we're going to do. There's a lot of planning here involved, okay? And there's a lot of courage that it takes to do all of those things. And still we have this dragon's lair here, which is somewhat of a tower, right here with the wailing tree. So we're going to be looking at these things. You know, we've got the gold and we've got the moonlight. This is giving sun and moon energy, which is what came through in your tarot portion, the sun and the moon together. So this golden palace is saying, listen, we've got your back, we understand, and we're going to provide you with grace, even if you don't provide that for yourself. They do want you to be very gentle with yourself at this point. Yeah, because it's easy to get into this feeling of, well, it's all for naught, right? And this is interesting because this is the energy of another person from your love portion. They are thinking, well, it's all for naught. This is your true energy. This is not. So be careful that the energy that you bring into this next phase of your life is truly yours and not somebody else's idea. Okay, we're going to go around the circle one more time and then we'll get some animals here. Make sure you like the video. Okay, embrace friendship. Yeah, been getting a lot of the need to talk about it. Okay, so rely on your friends, rely on your allies, which could be spiritual as well. Okay, so getting into meditation and having chats with your spirit team could be very beneficial right now. Yeah, take the opportunity. They don't want you to hold yourself back because of what has happened in the past. Okay, that is sort of a worst case scenario for them. They're saying, look, we've got you. We're going to take care of you. We know that you've been through it, but you did so with grace. You did so very beautifully. And people see this. People see that you have taken, you know, this darkness that sort of halos the sun here, and you didn't let that stop you. And that's a big deal. Okay, so you've been focusing on exactly where it is that you want to go. And you're creating this roadmap, and then something gets into your mindset that says, well, if I build this up, the higher I build this tower, the farther down I will fall if it sets on fire. So they're saying, hold that connection. Hold on now. Hold on now. We need to engage trust here. Trust in this empire, trust in what it is you're building, and trust that at the top of that tower, you're not going to fall down, okay? And if you do, you have got wings because you are this mystical creature, okay? You're not just a normal person. That's what they're saying. You're not normal. You're not a normal person. You have this fire within you that helps you to go through these burdens or go through these grieving processes with such grace and such delicacy, okay? So when those feelings come up, just retreat, come back to center, come back to the universe, come back to your guides, and return back to where everything is accomplished, even if it's slow and steady, like this card here, okay? There's nothing to fear. And take this time, right? The swan is also about grace. It's about beauty and being delicate, okay? So don't be afraid of that feminine side of you, even though you have lots and lots of courage. When you understand that you are divinely connected and you are divinely protected, this fear of falling will dissipate, okay? Yeah, they're saying, look at your achievements, though. Look at how far you've come. Look at the choices that you've made that have guided you here, regardless of that sort of sticky energy that didn't feel so good. You felt those things and you paused, had the reflection that you needed, you rested, you thought long and hard about it, and you said, I'm going to get back up and climb this tower and I'm going to claim my spot. Okay? Princess in a tower. And here's the spirit looking down at you on this tower and saying, see, wasn't that worth it? Wasn't it worth it to sit quietly and ask us, the spirit team, for help? And and it may lead for you to trust again, okay? For you to trust in love, for you to have a divine partner. Time will tell with that, okay? Watch the love reading for that. Check out the playlist, but it will also be recommended at the end of this video. And let's get some animals and we will wrap this one up. Okay, what animals do we have to help the collective with this movement forward? Yeah, be playful through this time of transformation here. You're transforming into a brand new person. You know, you've got this courage, but you've got this grace and this delicacy about you, right? So be playful with it because it doesn't go unnoticed. People see, they see how delicate you are and how well you can move through these obstacles of life. Yeah, it makes you sacred. This is you in the sacred divine feminine energy here. You are very connected with the five-pointed star, like the pentagram, like the pentacles, you know, it's the five elements. Yeah. And you're going to put that in your work. Again, the bees have like that honeycomb, right? With 5 points. So there's something about the number 5 here. I'm also seeing a lot of 7s and 4s. Okay. So don't give up hope. There is stability here. Everything that you need will be manifested to you. The bees are also about collaboration, and we've been hearing a lot that it's time to sort of talk about the things that have weighed you down over the years. Yeah, we just need people to sometimes wrap us up and care about what it is that we have been going through and what it is that we have seen. And you know, these times that have felt like they have completely consumed us, right? Like a death card here, this shaman's death, right? We've seen some dark places that have led us to believe like, oh, it's all for naught. Nope, I can't do this. The world has abandoned me. Just let me decompose into the soil, right? Like we have seen this depth, okay? And I think it is important to talk about it. Is one of those situations where you might talk about it with friends or express it, and people are like, that makes no sense. What do you mean you've been through all of that? What do you mean you were victorious over all of those things? That just simply does not make sense. I would have been bones on the ground. I would have been trying to get revenge. I would have been racking my brain trying to figure out what to do with that type of situation. But you chose to take that energy and now create something new, something abundant, something fruitful out of that energy. Energy, that's crazy. Okay, that's what people are going to think when you tell your story. They say, how could you have possibly come out on top after something as intense as that? And you don't even realize how powerful that was. Okay, I'm getting called to pull just one of these. It has a passage on it that we will read. The Wanderer. Traveling, adventure, movement, coping with unfamiliarity, a pilgrimage, aloneness, and broaden your horizons. Yeah, and now we have the attraction of opposites. Okay, see, so there's a lone wanderer going about this alone, and then we have this magnetism and a passionate encounter meeting halfway with someone else. Okay, so there's an opposition here of I can do this all myself. This is giving me that one ring circus type energy. Okay, and you don't have to go about it alone. They don't want to see you go about it alone, but they understand that this is a adventure, and if you want to do it alone because that feels more fruitful to you, then you have the ability to do that. And we've got that movement card right here. So you're going to move through this with grace and dignity. People respect you, people see you. There's the grace card for confirmation. You bring out the beauty and elegance of the world. Okay, you could actually create art. All right, the outer is a reflection of the inner. Okay, and self-expression comes through again, which we have seen already right here with self-expression. Okay, so it is time to talk about it. It would be a good idea to tell your story. I think people are just going to be completely in awe of you, and whether it includes this other person who is quite curious about what it is that you're working towards. Okay, they see that something is a cooking, something's going on here, and they are over here thinking, where are you? What are you doing? And how can I get close to what it is that you are creating? They are curious to see it. And there's some more bees with the collaboration energy, right? So tell your story. Don't be afraid of disappointment, because even if there is, it all is going to be worth it at the end. Don't be afraid to climb this mountain, to build this tower, because at the top, everything will be so worth it. There's release work to do. I'm feeling that this is forgiveness bound, because that abandonment wound or the wounds that stay in our solar plexus, they tend to just sort of fester. And we don't want that to get in the way of where it is that you are going, because this is a big, grand plan that's backed with financial abundance. It's backed with spiritual support. And your spirit team is here right behind you saying, have fun as you go through this. Look at what you've already done. See all of this that you have conquered. And we will be with you when you celebrate at the end of this road. But also, don't wait till you get to that road to start celebrating. Celebrate now, because you've done it, and you've done it with grace, and they are so proud of you. All right, you all, check out the playlists. I will see you all on the next one. Drop a like, click all the buttons. You know the thing. See you.